Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Medium's Voice podcast. I'm joined here today for a very exciting new episode, joined by my co-host Michelle Mosley and the president of the Spiritualists National Union, Jackie Wright. So, hello, Minister Jackie Wright, sorry, we should say.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be part of this.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, we've got some exciting news to announce this week, haven't we, Michelle?
Yeah. We're really excited to announce our new sponsorship with the Spiritualists National Union. So, this begs the question, doesn't it? So, Jackie, do you want to tell us all about the Spiritualists National Union and who they are, especially for the listeners that don't know?
Yeah, sure, Michelle. The Spiritualists National Union is the governing body of the religion of spiritualism. So most people will know that there are two distinct fractions of spiritualism, Christian and Union. And the Spiritualists National Union is what governs the Spiritualist Union, the religion. So I am very honoured to be the president of the Spiritualist National Union, which has under its umbrella 300 churches and centres worldwide.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think one thing as well, just on the back of that, people don't realise is it is worldwide, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are very much an international organisation. We truly are, and we have churches in Australia, in America, and Holland, so centres in Holland. So it really is an international.
I think as well, obviously I'm a spiritualist, Michelle's a spiritualist. Yeah. We've been part of the Spiritualist National Union for
many years.
Many years, yeah. I'm getting old now, I don't want to count it. So
I'm not that old.
But, there's a lot of things within the religion other than mediumship that is often forgotten about. And we often talk about the community. For me, the thing that keeps people coming back is the community side of it.
The people, isn't it?
The people, yeah. And that's one thing that I love about it.
Yeah. I think as well for us, it's, it's about building a community of like-minded people, isn't it? For our listeners, because every one of us is on a personal growth of spirituality and well-being. So, yeah.
Yeah,
it is
definitely.
all about the community, isn't it? And the people.
Absolutely. I mean, it's an old quote I use, but I'm going to use it again if you'll indulge me. Warwick University some years ago did research on why do you go to a spiritualist church? And they said, to find evidence of my loved ones. Once you've got evidence, why do you go back? For the teachings and the philosophy. And I think that we have forgotten how much more of the spiritualist cake there is other than mediumship, and it should take you on a journey into knowing you, who you are as a spiritual being, not just where's mum and dad. That's great to know, but once you know it, there's got to be more.
Yeah.
And we forget that our churches are the places you find that more, that extra part.
I have to say as well, since I came into, spiritualism, I have made some amazing friends, really good friends that I wouldn't necessarily meet in everyday life. And, I really cherish the friendship that that I've made.
That's the same as me, yeah. I think especially because I was so young when I got first involved in it. I mean, Janice Jones, for example, who's been on the podcast from Spennymoor Spiritualist Church, there is no way I would have met her in day-to-day life. Do you know what I mean? And you build up that friendship, don't you, over time? And that's the thing I think that people really enjoy when they go to a spiritualist church.
It is.
Don't
It's
they?
the friendships that you make. Yeah,
and
the
it's
relationship.
like minds, isn't it? It's that commonality that we all have, first of all, the same thing in common, that we believe in another world and we believe in the religion. And then as you get to know each other and the walls come down, the friendships last a lifetime.
Yeah.
They really do. Yeah.
And go on, Michelle.
I was going to say, I know that I've gone through quite a few challenges within my life, but I have to honestly say that I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for the people within, my friends that I've made within spiritualism, the church, the relationships, that I've formed, and the help, the support as well.
Yeah.
Is a huge thing, isn't it? And I think people sometimes forget that, you know, when you go to the church, like you say, it's not just about the mediumship and the philosophy, it's about the community, it's about the support that you can get from there as well.
And I've said this time and time again, there's been so many times that I haven't wanted to wake up the next day, and it was my church in Middlesbrough that got me through. It really was.
Yeah.
It was the people who were there for me, the people who've probably gone through more than what I have, who offered me the strength and the support. And that's why my biggest desire, I suppose, is to give back to the churches.
Yeah.
And to make them a bigger part of the community that they serve, you know, because again, we forget that. We forget that there's a community out there that need what we have to offer.
Yeah. And I think that's where we're going to play a little bit of our part here as well, because we're excited to also bring forward new content to support the churches and the people within the churches.
Shine the light on
the community, their stories, their experiences.
The part I love is that there's these people out there that are doing fantastic things. They don't even know they're doing these fantastic things. And it becomes natural to them because through spiritualism and that growth about self that you talked about there, you know, it changes how you are as a person, doesn't it? It changes your whole outlook on life and who you are as an individual. And these people are doing things to benefit humanity.
I think as well that there's also the fact that people give up so much of their time.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
you know,
nowhere else
family life.
Can any other religion or organisation boast the help from volunteers like spiritualism can.
Yeah.
You know, and it humbles me. It truly does. Especially because we are in an era of worshipping like gods and the materialistic part of it. And then you see the volunteers who turn up in all weathers, day in and day out, to open the church, to get it warm, to make the teas and coffees and all of this. And the stories I hear of them going above and beyond, it humbles me.
Yeah.
It really does.
So where would the churches be without these people?
Exactly.
Yeah. It came up on my memories actually just the other day that, going back quite a lot of years now, but I volunteered at Darlington Church to do some DIY and stuff, but there was loads of other people that were like, once I said, I'm volunteering if anyone wants to help, then all of a sudden you had all these other people like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And people from up and down the country were like, I'll buy you a tin of paint, or I'll buy new light bulbs.
And that's lovely.
It was great, yeah.
That
and
comradeship.
I kind of forgot about that.
But it's true.
It's nice to look back on.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it was my son who alerted me to your podcast.
Right.
And he said, you've got to listen to this, Mum. It's brilliant. And he was right. It was brilliant. And it is brilliant. So that's great. And he said, wouldn't it be great if they would both do something for spiritualism on a bigger scale?
Yeah.
And that's what this collaboration is about, really. This sponsorship is that we start to sing about those unsung heroes. That we say, he's your voice, you know.
Yeah.
That's what my excitement is.
Yeah.
So here's the moment when I say we'll be coming to a church near you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was dying to say that.
But you know, there is I heard just at the weekend about a church in Birmingham area, Bloxwich. Young mum, right on Christmas, moved for her own safety to a strange town, little children, no money, nothing. Who was it that rallied round to get Christmas presents, clothing, give them a little bit of a Christmas party for the kiddies? It was the Spiritualist church.
Which is excellent, isn't
you
it?
know, and it's that doesn't get airtime.
Yeah.
But a great medium will.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And it's these stories, isn't it, that need to be shouted out. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, yeah. They're volunteers who rallied round to make somebody's life easier for a short time. And that's what the churches have always done.
Yeah.
Being part of a community, help the community. And if you think, and I know I go off it a bit, but if you think back to our pioneers, they were all, you know, people who wanted change. They wanted to make a difference to the communities they lived in. And then somewhere we just got off track slightly. but the churches are coming back on track.
Yeah.
When I first became president, the first thing I asked churches to do was to open up for warm spaces
Oh, yes, I
for their
remember that,
communities
Yeah.
because we were in the middle of that fuel crisis. Not for mediumship, not for sit-ins, not for healing. Just open it up where they can come and chat, and sit and have a
Yeah.
coffee and get warm. And our churches responded brilliantly. They truly did. Because again, they know that it's the community they serve.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To me, that's just what it's all about, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Serving
It is,
humanity and bettering humanity if
And
you
it's
can.
our
Yeah.
second principle, the
Yeah.
brotherhood of man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
exactly,
really
yeah.
is,
On about mediumship there, because I always say now we don't have spiritualist mediums. We just have mediums these days. Controversial. I love a bit of controversy. Michelle will tell you. But, we don't have spiritualist mediums anymore. We just have a lot of mediums. And I think that's such a shame because spiritualism, alongside that, offers so much together. Do you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
like you say, once you've had that proof or evidence, you don't need that anymore. But there's something else that keeps drawing you back in, isn't there? There's something, and we spoke about this when sort of I first started out into spiritualism. I thought it was a load of rubbish, and I'm somehow, even though I thought it was a load of rubbish, I kept going back to the church, and I thought, isn't that bizarre? There's something that just pulls you back, but it's that community
Yeah,
and
it
the
is.
people, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
truly, I thought Middlesbrough Church, the first time I went, I truthfully thought there would be a human sacrifice on the altar.
Do you know, I thought
I really
something
did.
similar when I went to Darlington.
Yeah,
I was scared out
Just
of
a
my
fire
life.
in the middle and just some
absolutely.
sort of...
Yeah.
But
It's that myth, isn't it?
But
It is.
again, I went and then went back and went
Yeah.
back and went back, and in a good way, it became almost like a drug. I had to
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
But when you talk about spiritualist mediums and mediums, I'd go a stage further because I say we have spiritualist mediums and careerists.
Yeah, that's true.
We have
yeah.
those who just want their mediumship as a career. Now, I have no problem with
Yeah.
people making money. I truly don't. But our church has trained most of them.
Yeah, yeah.
It was our churches that got them going.
Yeah.
Give back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Give back.
Like
Yeah.
most of the time, people are going and doing development classes, and they're paying like £1 for a development class, and
Yeah.
in your church, it's
And
not
that's
costing
where
you
you
anything.
started off from, isn't it? That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Don't
it's where
forget your
I started
grassroots.
from.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I did a workshop at Spennymoor Church just recently, and we use their space for recording sometimes. They said, oh yeah, that's fine. And I thought, right, I'll do the workshop. That's my sort of giving back, if you will, to the church, because I thought I'd rather do that than
Yeah.
just, I'll do something for you. You're helping us out. They're great with us, aren't they, at Spennymoor? They're lovely. They really are.
But this is churches full stop,
yeah,
Churches will say, the doors are open, how can we help? But I think it's when we take advantage of that
yes.
and we forget that church still has to pay heating, electricity,
Exactly.
and repairs and all the rest of it. They still have to pay that, so...
And it's not cheap.
No, exactly. So
No,
balance
exactly.
it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
balance it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and I don't say this to say I'm wonderful, because I'm not, but I have never, ever, ever made a living from a church. Not ever, because I can make a living in other ways. So I give back to the churches. That's how I see it, as that balancing act.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
always say that, don't you?
I
You
always
always say about
it's a
giving back.
two-way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's where we remember mediumship is an aspect of the religion, but it isn't the whole religion.
No, exactly.
And we've got to remember that there is a spirituality to uncover and to act out, in a sense, in this world. And that's the part we keep forgetting.
And in one respect, if we're out in society, we shouldn't have to tell people we're spiritualists. They should just be able to tell by our actions that there's something
Yeah.
spiritual about us. And then...
I disagree.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, go
I
on, go on.
disagree.
Oh, controversial.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
Because I think even though that we're spiritualists, we don't wear halos over our heads.
Oh,
do we?
no,
We're still
no.
we're still
But-
normal people. We're still
Does a Buddhist have to tell you they're a Buddhist? I mean, there was a Buddhist came to the college a few weeks ago. I didn't know he was coming. He was on a guest lecture on somebody else's course. And he walked in, and as soon as he walked through the door, he was in jeans and a jumper. I knew he was a Buddhist.
Yeah.
Because he just had this energy that
Yeah.
came in with him. And I think that that's what you're trying to say, isn't
Yeah,
it,
exactly,
Phil?
yeah.
That we should be able to be recognised through our actions and our energy.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. I know what you're saying as well, Michelle, because obviously...
I agree to a certain extent, yeah.
We still have a mind and we can still...
Yeah, we're still human.
Yeah.
We
None
still
of
make
us,
mistakes.
none of us are holier than thou.
No,
No.
exactly, yeah.
None of us.
I think if I walked into a place, nobody would know I was a spiritualist.
Well, I'm not a saint after everything I hear today.
I don't think anybody's ever said to me, "Oh, I know you're a spiritualist."
No, but it's not that. It's the things like people warm to you very
Yeah.
easily.
There
You're
is
stuff like that.
approachable.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
And
I
these are
find
all
people
the
are always
different...
chatting and telling me their
Yeah.
life story, and yeah.
And why do you think that is?
I'm quite
It's
approachable.
because, exactly,
That's right.
you give off this
Exactly.
energy that's
Yeah.
warming to people that maybe
Yeah.
you don't realise. And yeah.
But I do think as well we're our own worst enemies in another way, because I don't think we sing enough or loud enough about what our religion is.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
that's
So
true.
I've said this, but at the cenotaph 2 years ago, and the lady who was representing the Jehovah's Witnesses, she said to me, whispered to me, and she said, "Are you the spiritualist?" I said, "I am," and I shouted it. "I am the spiritualist, yes." And she said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Of course." She said, "Do you have to be psychic to be a spiritualist?" And I said to her, "Let me ask you a question." I said, "Do you have to be a priest to be a Catholic?" "Well, no." I said, "So no, you don't have to be a
Yeah,
psychic to be a
exactly,
spiritualist." You know, so I don't think we do enough to educate the public on what we are.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, no, you're right there.
That's
yeah.
definitely true, because
Yeah.
since we started the podcast, there's quite a lot of people from our work listen to the podcast, and I would say most of them didn't even know spiritualism existed. They didn't know it was a religion.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were like, "Oh, so do you have like proper churches?" And I'm like, "Yes, we have churches. Yes,
Yeah.
like we have churches across the country. Yes, yeah,
yeah. But our solicitors said that to us. We've just got a new firm of solicitors to work for us, and they said, "Oh, we didn't realise you were a religion."
yeah,
And then the guys who came to redo our websites, and they went, "We didn't realise you were a religion." And this is my point. If
yeah,
all
Yeah.
these years on, people are still saying that,
exactly. Yeah,
we are doing something wrong,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
so-
exactly. So again, this is where Phil and myself come in and
Yes.
come on board, is to promote the churches, the people in there, and the good that they're doing, and to tell their stories.
yeah. That
Yeah,
I think
and
that would be the
shout
big
out
thing.
their stories,
Yeah.
their experiences, and what they're enjoying, and the things that they're doing,
And why they're
promoting.
proud to be a spiritualist and to do what they do, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I really would love our volunteers in our churches to be given more kudos
Yes.
than they have ever had, because they are the heroes of the
Yeah.
religion. They really are. you
They're
know?
the sort of glue that holds everything together,
Absolutely.
aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
we're really excited as well, aren't we, to be on board, because it's going to be a new journey for us
Yeah.
and for our listeners as well. So yeah,
Exciting times,
exciting
isn't it?
times ahead.
I hope.
The roving podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be lovely, people out there that are listening to this tonight as well, or today, whenever
Whenever
you've got
you decide to
your
listen, yeah.
podcast on. Yeah. Tell us your story. Get in touch with us if you
Yeah.
feel like you've got something that you want to share with us. We're quite happy to come down and meet you and sit and chat and get your story out there, and the churches as well. Get in touch with us, and we'll be in touch as well.
That's the big thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? We want to go out to these places
We do.
and,
Exactly. Yeah.
and hear their stories and spread that amongst everyone else.
and share it with our listeners.
Yeah. I know we spoke briefly before about churches working together, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
something me and Michelle always mention as well is we want churches to help one another.
Support each other.
If they've
Share
got-
good practice.
Exactly,
Yeah.
And that's, to me, what it should be about as well. It's not just what we do outside of the churches, but also what we do
What we
within
do
the
inside,
churches,
yeah.
helping one another from different churches. If you've got a good idea, share that with your
Share
neighbouring
it.
church, and
Yeah.
because some of them are really close by, aren't they? So
And this
Yeah.
is it. And I think that historically, churches have somehow, and I don't know how it's happened, they've become in competition with each other.
yes,
And it's like, you can't be in competition with something that is representing what you're representing.
Exactly,
it,
yeah.
it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But recently, and I am proud of this, I'm starting to see the union unite.
yeah,
I really am. I'm starting to see the churches talking to each other, council meeting on Saturday, and where all the council representatives from each district are, they're sharing best practice. Well, we do this, well, we do that. Well, I'll write that down. Oh, well, I'll take that back. That's what it is about.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
going, this is my idea, you're not getting it.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it's starting to change. And I just feel with the two of you with your podcast, you can help that change happen quicker.
We hope so. Yeah, we hope
yeah.
so.
We're excited. For
We're
this
excited.
journey.
Yeah.
We're really grateful as well to be asked, because obviously we're spiritualists as well. So
Yeah.
we want to do the best we can for the religion as
for
well.
the religion,
so,
for spiritualism, yeah.
Well, now
so-
you're excited. Your challenge is to get the churches excited.
yeah,
So
I
do
hope
you do
so.
that?
Yeah. Well, we've got a few churches that follow us, don't we?
Yeah,
so
we
far.
have a
So
fair few, yeah.
but yeah, I think one thing to mention, just on the back of what you said as well, if any churches out there do want to get in touch, we've got an email, themediumsvoicepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we'll be posting some stuff out on social media as
It will
well.
be coming out soon, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll be able to share that amongst the districts and stuff like that,
yeah.
because we wanna hear what's going on.
Exactly, yeah.
yeah.
So it's about tuning in for the next episode
Yeah.
and share our journey with us.
And see where we're at.
But what I want as well, what my biggest dream is that the world sees spiritualism as a leading religion.
Yes.
I've long since said it. I'm tired of us accepting the scraps from the table.
Yeah.
I want people to know what we're about. I want the world to talk about us, not just our churches to talk about us. So that's why I'm excited about this. I
Yeah,
really am.
it's a social. I suppose there's still a social stigma, isn't there, out there about not only spiritualism, but they maybe don't even know about spiritualism,
Yeah.
but mediumship or spirituality, everything like that falls kind of under that umbrella.
I think there's a stigma about churches as well, isn't
and
there?
religion. Yeah.
I really do think people are tired of organised religion. I think they're looking for something deeper. But I still say spiritualism has the key to that. We have the key to unlocking what's internal with you, your own soul, your own power, I suppose.
I think one thing I loved, obviously starting out, I was very against religion, but even though you've got the 7 principles, they're not do's and don'ts, like rules.
No, they're not there to be obeyed, are they?
No,
They're simply
exactly.
there to
And you're
help
allowed to
us.
free think,
Yeah.
and that's a really, really positive thing for a religion in most saints, isn't it? So,
Because we are a religion that isn't built on fear.
yeah, exactly.
It's built on truth. It's built on hope, So therefore, there isn't a dogma. So therefore, we need to sing about that. And we're not good at singing about who we are.
No, you're right there.
We've
yeah.
hidden behind closed doors for too long. And I want us to be recognised and appreciated in this world.
I'm not good at singing at all. Just to clarify, I can't sing.
Well, I'm quite loud, so I'm all right.
Yeah. We definitely lose all the listeners if I started singing. So that was our exciting news. Yeah.
And
we hope that basically you can tell us about what's going on. We can come to you, spread that message of spiritualism amongst the UK and worldwide, like Jackie said.
yeah,
And we want to hear everything that's going on.
your stories.
No matter how big, small you may think it is, we want to hear about it, because sometimes you don't really appreciate what's happening, do you, until someone else points it out to you. And then you're like, oh, wow, that really is magical, or that really is special. So
Yeah, it's about bringing everybody together, isn't it?
Yeah.
that
But
voice.
all those stories that you have about where you've helped the community, where you've gone above and beyond, where you have shown spiritualism in the most positive light, they're the stories you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we want.